Maya Black here, and I'm going to talk about the first of two wonderful young horses I have in training, bred and owned by Laurie. The first one I'm going to talk about is Petey. He's the lighter of the two grays with the white stripe down his face, and he's been a pleasure to have in training so far the last few months. The first thing that we did with them on their arrival with the help of Tom Pearson is to get them to separate from each other as they came and have lived together for quite a long time, and getting them to understand that they could be separate from each other, and also when they were separate that we took the pressure off and let them stand there. So you can see when Petey trots around the corner, Tom's currently working Spanky. Petey learns that he can stop and stand in the corner, and when that happens, then he gets a rest. So it took a little bit of time, but they're pretty smart horses, so they kind of figured it out here. You can see Petey stop there and learn to watch. I had some wonderful help here. Here's Janet and Caitlin helping me with them. You can see they're just two peas in a pod, the cutest guys. This is one of the first few days I got on Petey, and Tom wanted me to be able to get on from both sides, and so here we go. I'm not saying that I'm the most talented at that, but always welcome and open for a challenge. So this was later on, probably the first week, probably the second or third ride on Petey. I'm just working on him steering here, both directions. Tom's on the ground here and helping me with his flag if he gets a little stuck or a little behind my leg, as we don't have a lot of go aids yet. So I'm just working on opening my rein, getting him to move around the round pen, and again with a bit of height guidance from Tom. Not really looking for too much else besides that. About a week after in the round pen, we brought him out to the outdoor, which is kind of it's a Tom's Western arena, but it also has a fence around it. And this is probably beginning of December, still in the Western saddle, just working on getting Petey to turn, trot, and go where I asked, not really worrying about his head carriage or much else at this point. Tom's been pretty helpful with me with getting these guys going. It's been wonderful to have him here at the farm, and wonderful to use his many years of expertise and knowledge from the ground and on his wonderful horse Casey, as you saw earlier in the video. This is probably January 1st, I believe, and I think that's what I wrote down. And now we're walk track cantering in the jump arena and getting him to be comfortable in lots of different environments. This horse in particular is a little bit more sensitive and reactive to other horses around, so I spent quite a bit of time over the first month or two having him jump crew for me, set fences while I taught lessons, and just be out in the ring in general.
Boy.
I think this was probably one of Petey's first trail rides, and you can see he's leading the group and really enjoying it.
Like there's gonna be some
both of the horses
here.
all the young horses I try to get out pretty quickly, and enjoying being outdoors just as much as I do. We have a wonderful few thousand acres right across the street from Mardanza, and I take full advantage of that almost on a daily basis. This is one of Petey's first jump schools. You can see here I'm just kind of pointing and shooting and letting him go as slow as he needs to do the job. Laurie's done a wonderful job picking and breeding, jumping horses and athletic event horses for many years now, and you can see these are quite green horses and they take the jumping quite easily. Here's Petey at his first little schooling show here at Mardanza, taking it all in stride. Such a lovely feeling. This would be our first off-property experience. This is at Majestic Oaks. You can see here these are his first little up ranks, and I really try to teach the young horses, and all my students for that matter, to make The up banks, just kind of like a trail ride. I always go up them a few times until they feel very comfortable walking up them before I ever try to make them step down, which you can see he's pretty good at. Again, it was my first time getting him off the property and out in a big field, so I was just thrilled with him, how he handled himself and how I had steering and control and just got him to trot around and pop and canter over a few little fences. And again, he's a pretty natural horse at this, and it's been a pleasure. I always like to go cross-country schooling, especially with the young ones for the first time with another horse, and here you can see him going confidently into the water. The first time into the water, I had him follow another horse, 10 minutes prior to this video, and you can see by now he's figuring it out, so very, very fun feeling.
Petey out for a hack, trot, and canter
Here he
with his
is,
friends.
going for a little trot and canter across the street with some buddies. And you can see again, I just try to have them enjoy and have fun and get out as much as possible and really find that this riding thing, which is going to be a huge part of their career for many years, hopefully, is just an enjoyable experience. So sometimes if they want to stop and be a little bit silly, like here, and take a little bit of snack of this Spanish moss, I encourage that and just let them have their personality come out. Here he is last week wearing the black saddle for the first time and figuring out what a few corners of the dressage arena is. And then having a little trot and pop over. Again, just trying to keep everything as diverse as possible for them.
So smart.
Look forward to our new blog next month.